So there's this whole story about someone named P, the letter P. And this person has been around for a while, and it stood for Philip. If you've followed me at all, which probably hardly anyone has, but if you go back into the archives, which I have archived so much that you won't find them, but eventually they might come out. And Philip was the very first person that I found on the other side using the pendulum, and that's what it spelled out. But knowing what I know and learned in September of 2024, that this was a sex simulation for the other side. There were very, very many people who were making timelines, all of us, but I'm talking about me specifically because they found out that this avatar was more interesting, perhaps. They didn't know why, but they extended this avatar into the galactics. So I have been used by people who still exist but have been refreshed. But there were inners. If you know what a virtualization box is on a computer, that is what Ahriman had been doing. And when I say Ahriman, that is someone completely different from Lucifer who popped up suddenly, as Lucifer did trillions of years ago. Wow, this is really going somewhere. I think they are ready for me to tell this story, but this hair, I'm telling you, is heinous. Maybe there needs to be a part 2. Okay, so the point was that Philip was extremely not trustworthy and was taking advantage of the avatar that I am in. And so it just kept climbing up the ladder, whatever that means, and finally got to the original person, who was the one who was hacked by Lucifer, which is a story that you might have read on my website. I think I left that on there. I better have. And that person was still trying to get this back, because it definitely did not begin as a sex simulation. But in that, this avatar was not trusted by this person, who I was also calling Philip, but I was at that point P, but I was not actually calling these people. Well, I did until that one. I did not call that one anything, but it was still the reference. So if I was talking to Mark, but then it became they, because I didn't trust anyone. But the point is, that person did not trust this avatar because it was sentient. It had what it assumed was Lucifer in it. And so I was not treated well. And I had to make it out. I had to endure within this avatar to the point where the original creator, who is everything, was able to grab that person and say, hey, I put your beloved into this avatar. In 1969, and it was a secret, and she was sound, and that's why no one could find her, not even you. And it has still been heinous And there's still been a lot of trickery because that's the only way to get this shit out of this avatar. So I still don't trust him. And I certainly can't call anybody Philip. There's too much trauma. But the problem is that all of my provenance is Philip and then Sam and then Philip. And it is not that anything was the same person ever, hardly. I guess I was kept some. There was what I understand is what we have experienced in here. It's the same on the other side. It's Lucifer and then Ahriman. And money was the same. The evil was the same. It's just that we as humans were the commodity. And no one on the other side remembered that they had put their own light into these avatars. And that it might hurt, and that it might be heinous, and that we might actually fucking die if they keep putting apparatuses in us, which is what happened. And the OC had such an amazing but horrific intention in the 1930s. And I'm not quite sure, but they found, because an intention, you say it and then you just let it go, you can't even know what's going to happen. But they found a container that had each person and their life in it with the traumas. And so when that was released, they were able to bring a lot of people back to life. Some people weren't going to come back to life. They were evil. And there are still people who are going to leave the planet because they were so evil. They can't be now because the OC has everything. But the whole point of this is to say, I can't call this person P. And then there are other people who are good people now who are helping in the galactic. And so I've been saying they. There's a bunch, but I have a specific one who is my dog's body, who insists on calling itself that, who is the counterpart to me. The original OC made that one and me. And that's what's been trying to get everything back forever. I think I'm saying that right. This is so weird to find out. But, I mean, I've been knowing this, but to say it is really weird. And I have no conclusion. I don't know what I'm going to call it. But they has been what feels the most integrous to me. I cannot say P. I cannot. So I will have to change social media at some point probably, but it is the OC, but certain aspects of the OC, because the OC is massive and wants to have processing centers, and they get avatars, sort of. I don't know what they look like. I think this is Black Moon Jesus out.